welcome to week 3 of coronavirus content on the DPAF Jiu-Jitsu YouTube channel. Filling in for Coach Justin, we've got the ever so amazing
Coach Jason.
Coach Jason. We'll be kind of backpacking off of what we did, I guess technically it was a couple days ago, on the arm drags, getting to that triple threat position, and we're going to give you some ways to finish from that position, along with some drills that'll help you keep moving and keep your body doing the right thing. So if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, click the like button, leave any comments, what you'd like to see in the upcoming weeks below. We'll make sure that we put that content out for you. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and we hope to see you back in here sooner than later. The warm-up to accompany the technique this week, a lot of us have done it before, so if you haven't, here's how we do it. This is my positional flow drill that I like to do from top. I joke with everybody, I used to do this with a body pillow. You can take pillows in your house, blankets, whatever, stuff them in your knee, throw it on the floor. If you have a human body in your house, in your backyard, whatever, you can do it with pretty much anything, all right? So what I want to do, I'm starting from that side control position, and the first version of it doesn't require any resistance. What I want to do, I'm going to start here, work on switching my base out this way, stepping over into north-south, switching back this way, coming back into side control, fixing my hands, switching back here, and coming back to the mount. Coming down, stepping back, and switching back here. Those are the basic movements, but to use it as a warm-up, I want to start going through this a little bit faster, okay? So go through it slow, make sure you're switching your hips and moving in the right ways. But once you kind of get that down, I want you to pick up the pace. It should look a little bit something like this. Okay. Move around there 5 or 10 times, switch directions, so you start to work up a sweat. And the next level of this, which will help you get to that triple threat position, is my partner on bottom. It's going to give me 20-25% resistance, so which is basically just some pushing and some turning, okay? But what I want to do, I want to choose my movement, which way I'm going, based on which direction he's turning, with the goal being to find myself right here, okay? But our opponent's not going to do that right off the bat, so we have to move until we recognize where that is, and we're going to rotate our way around until we can get there, okay? So I'm going to try this with Jason. If you have anybody at home, just have them push on you and turn. You can practice this at home, okay? It should look a little bit like this. Go for it. Caught it. Again, give some workout for you on the bottom, on the top. Lets you move with a purpose, and you're looking for specific things. So play with those. Again, if you got a partner, great. Worst case scenario, grab a pillow, what you have lying around, pull the cushions off your couch, whatever works for you. Play with that, let us know what you think. 2 on 1, pop. Pull one across, hang that hand off, work all the way up toward the back, drives in. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Welcome back. This is a little embarrassing. You caught me in my favorite position.
I hate it.
The triple threat. So last week we talked about our way to get to this position from that arm drag, as you might have just seen. And today we're going to work on what to do, how the many ways to finish from this position. Once I've gotten to this position, the one thing that I don't want to allow Jason to do is get his shoulder flat and facing back into me, okay? So what I want to do, once I get to this position, my chest is going to keep constant contact with the back of his shoulder. If anything, this is kind of the fulcrum point for those college students of my force. It's going to be centered right here on the back of that shoulder to make sure that he can't come back into me, okay? It also helps release the tension off of my arms so I can switch my grips any way I want without losing that forward driving position. On the back side, if you want to work your way around here, I'm going to keep a semi-wide base with my right knee being right here in the back of the tailbone to keep his hip from coming back. And my left knee, I can start to scoot it in right back behind that shoulder blade. Okay, so that position right there, I've got a little bit of extra push off of my feet, helps me drive my chest in. So if Jason tries to go ahead and roll back into me, just able to hold him here without necessarily having to physically hold him with my arms. I've created enough tension with my chest. If I feel I'm starting to lose it, instead of getting too high over, I don't want to do that, because I'm actually changing my fulcrum point. I want to get back and down and keep driving this way. So if he does start to push back, oh no, drop my chest down and drive him back forward again, okay? So that's the first thing that I want to do. The next is my hand positioning, okay? In that in last week's video, we talked about getting the hand right here to bring him through into this position. What I want to do, if I'm on this side, the top arm hand is reaching on top of that wrist. Even a gi or no gi, you can do the exact same technique, doesn't change. Grabbing the top of that wrist, and this bottom side hand slides up underneath, and I'm monkey gripping my wrist right here, okay? Holding that tight there, holding that right there, chest down and in. So now this is nice and snug, okay? Now I have of the sequence that I'm going to show, I'll show you the in order of what I like to go for. Okay, a lot of guys jump straight to the armbar, or they jump straight to the Kimura. I actually like to go in a sequence, okay? And that sequence goes chokes, shoulders, and then arm joints, okay? The reason being, from this particular position, I can attack the first two without losing any position at all. The last one, the armbar, the armbar, is one that I tend to have to give up this position to try to finish with, okay? So first one I want to look for is the choke. So from here, and it's a really nice way to set it up, is to threaten that I'm trying to do stuff with his arm. So in fact, you'll see a lot of guys go use that other hand to try to protect this arm. So if he thinks I'm trying to pull this arm out, okay, I start to pull this over, oh, he's not protecting, right? I can catch the Kimura. But in this situation, if he feels I'm starting to lock or go after this arm, see how his grip now is trying to control this hand, right? He doesn't want me. Oh, that's good. That's what I was hoping for him to do. So now I can settle back in and hold right here, okay? So even if I have to unwrap the head and get a little torque on this arm to make sure that this other hand is occupied protecting the arm, okay? That's what I want him to do. So once he's got to this position, okay, starts protecting the arm. That's what I want to do to set up the choke. So now this top hand releases my own wrist, slides back, and I'm just gonna open up ever so carefully his lapel, okay? Open that up, and this hand now that was holding the wrist releases, and I'm gonna feed it down right here, okay? Once I have the initial grip, to make it tighter, I'm gonna use this bottom hand to feed and just pull the slack out, and then re-grip that bite, okay? Once I've got this, kind of rev the engine a little bit. Now that I'm right here, I can take this right hand that's here, start bringing it back behind the head, and squeeze and finish. Again, the great thing about this, I don't have to sacrifice the position to go for that. So again, I'm on the wrist, give a few tugs on the arm, make it look, oh, he's not gonna protect the arm? I'm gonna take the arm. Oh, okay, he's recognized that I'm pulling on the arm at this point. This hand right here now, releases my wrist, starts to sneak that open, coming around, and feed it to this hand. Okay, again, pulling the slack out, pulling that nice and tight with my wrist, like I'm fishing. Down, start to fish. This hand comes back, behind the head, and I can finish. Okay, that's the first technique. Okay, so this time, the choke, I caught him once with that, he's like, okay, that sucked, I'm not letting him go for that again. So now as I start to go for here, now that hand starts to come and he's really protecting the neck, okay? Hey, that's great too. That's just gonna set me up for the next thing. So if he's really committing to keeping that collar away from me, that works okay too, okay? So I'm gonna release if I'm gripping right here, and I start to transition to the sleeve, and he starts to bring this hand in, he's hand fighting me, he's keeping it here. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to the arm. So I'm gonna release, go back to the wrist, and this time, I'm gonna come over, keep my chest on his tricep, okay? So I got my weight down here. Now from here, I like to come around and start working to this north-south position, okay? There's a few ways that you can do it. Personally, what I like doing the best is this in this case, this left leg. As it comes over, I still want to keep it nice and tight, but to take this arm out of the equation, I like to step this foot up and get underneath his armpit. What that allows me to do is walk it out, all right? So if he's reaching up for that arm to try to save it, I can start moving this hip and opening that leg out to keep his arm from coming over. Now, once I've got that arm out of the equation, again, I'm staying down on my wrist. I want to attach his tricep to my chest. So before I pull and try to yank with my arms, I'm going to stay down on his arm. If he is, like for this case, he's holding onto his grip right here, that works good, okay? Because that opening is still down at this angle. So to pop it out, I need to pull it out right here, okay? We'll put some pressure down, pop that out, and sit up. Posture, when I posture, I'm posturing up, keeping that arm right here. And now the turn, I'm gonna turn with my whole body, get the tap that way, okay? So again, I've gotten to this part, I'm attacking the neck. Okay, he's committed his defensive resources to stopping the choke, which means that arm is back in play. So I'll release, come over here, pop, and I'll start working my way around. If I need to keep my knees tight here, bring that foot on the inside, and bring it back in there to keep that arm out of play. Now the only thing I have to worry about is this grip, till it's tight, pop it away from that opening, start to rotate it through until you get the tap. That's our number 2. Again, I've gotten in this position, I'm starting to threaten the arm. Again, he commits to keeping that arm safe, okay? The next thing I like to do is set up either a short choke or an arm triangle variation, okay? So what I'm doing right here, I'm sliding this back, trying to work the arm, the first choke, it's not working. Now what I'm gonna do is take this right hand, I'm actually gonna shoot it through underneath that arm, okay? So the blade of my forearm right here is really nice and bony. It's gonna go right up underneath right here. I'm just gonna go palm on palm right here. I'm gonna lean his shoulder into his neck as I pull that up. It's really, really simple, just a body weight choke, okay? The other variation is, depending, and again, anatomically, usually one or the other work best. If I feel like I don't have enough arm length against this particular opponent, I'll tend to go short. If I do feel like I've got enough, at that time, I will shoot that as far through as I can, come back. I like to grab my own bicep. Some people like to reach back on their head. What I actually prefer to do is reach toward the back of my own. And come back there, get a lot more squeeze compared to coming here and coming over, but you can still squeeze. But if I reach back behind my own. How's that feel, Jay?
Yeah, really great.
A lot tighter. Okay, so that is the short choke variation, palm on palm, drive in here, or drive that arm all the way through, bicep, and reach back. That's number 3. Now we're gonna go for an arm joint, okay? So this is usually one of the last resources that I will go for from this position, just because it will require me to give up the position, okay? So from here, I'm having a hard time, I can't get the choke. Tried to grip on here and he's really protecting it really well. I'm trying to get this arm through and he's doing a great job protecting on the choke. So for my last attempt, I'm gonna catch the arm bar right here, okay? And what I'm gonna do on this, again, I'm gonna start out the same way I was if I was going for the Kimura. But a lot of times if I notice he's trying to roll back, or I'm having a hard time keeping this shoulder up and he's starting to move back on me, this is a great way to catch it before he gets all the way to his back, okay? So for this, I'm gonna bring this right leg over here, and I'll usually catch this as I'm going for the Kimura. If he starts rolling back this direction, I'm just gonna bring this right leg up underneath his armpit, and I'm gonna sit my butt as close to my heels as I can. What you see a lot of people do is catch here and dive all the way back here, leaving way too much space for that arm to slip out. So instead, catching here, coming over, oh no, I'm starting to lose that. Bring that leg, slide it up, keep that here, and I want to sit as close to my heels as I can, okay? Scoop my butt in right here. So now, as I start to bring this arm back, I don't want to let him, even if he's got his hips, you can see Jason can actually flatten his hips out, but I won't let him flatten this shoulder out, okay? Keeping my knees squeezed nice and tight. Starting to sit, slowly let that slide back. Keep that thumb up, and I'm catching it and pull it all the way through. Hey guys, so that's our first 4. I'm gonna throw one last one at you that you can play with. This one tends to go a little bit better when there is a bigger size discrepancy or strength discrepancy, where as much as I want to lay on him and keep him from turning back, if he's a big strong guy like Jason here, it's just going to be really hard for me to keep him from getting back over, okay? So in this case, I'm going to play it to my advantage, and I'm going to set up a triangle, okay? So we're going to set it up the same way that we were if we were going for the arm bar, but I'm going to modify it slightly and finish with the triangle. So we've gotten to this part right here, stepping over, getting ready to take the Kimura. He's starting to turn back. So I step up, but I'm noticing, oh man, I'm having a hard time getting back before he can start turning over, okay? So once he gets to this point, I'm gonna bring this left leg back over here, and he's already started to get square to his back again, okay? As he keeps turning into me, I'm gonna step this right leg over and let him keep driving me over in this direction as he drives himself into that triangle position. I'm gonna reach up, hold the shin, this left foot goes on the hip, adjust it over, and close the triangle right there. Let's get there one more time. Caught the arm, stepping over, he starts to turn. I start looking for the arm, he flattens out. I bring that leg back. As he starts to turn in, that leg steps over the top. I'm gonna go ahead and try to sit up as much while still not stopping him from driving back. Once he's driven me here, catching that shin, bringing that over, the foot goes to the hip, push to help really close that angle, the leg across the top of the shoulders, looking at his ear. You say, be an ear doctor. Yep, I can see it right here. That means my angle's good. I've closed it, squeeze and get the tap. those are 5 different things that we can do. We call it the triple threat, but there's actually so many more things you can do from there. So if you're looking for somewhere to get to in scrambles, from different positions, I know we've talked about it, from arm drags, overhooks, really work on getting to that crossbody backside position. If you get there and you have a full arsenal, the chances of you finishing are not going to be if, it'll be with what. So hopefully that's been useful. Play with that. Let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll keep throwing more content at you. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Weston. Appreciate you guys.